Hey guys, Mansa Priya here again at the craft shop, and today I'm going to show you a little macrame wall decoration. These are 4mm macrame cotton threads from the brand Craft Treat. You can shop them at the craft shop or the Craft Treat websites. So they come in a lot of beautiful colors. Here I have some pastels, and now for this project I'm taking a wooden dowel. You can use a branch or any twig for this purpose. So for this wall hanging we would need 3 feet long thread. So I'm just measuring it out using a scale and cutting it at 3 feet. So for this project we would need 10 such threads, and then we would fold them in half like so. So I kept them ready for the video purpose. So these are those 10 macrame threads in 3 feet length and folded in half. Make sure the ends are equal, and now put the thread like so over the dowel and then bring the other 2 ends from the inside and make a knot. This is called as the Larks head knot, basic macrame knot that is used for any project to add your strings. So I'm showing it again. Just add the thread over and pull the 2 edges from the center, and you would form a tight loop. This is called the hitch knot. I'll finish by adding all the 10 cords onto the dowel. Now before we begin the project, I would like to add an extra thread over the edges, so that it would be easy to either hang and work on the project or just stick to your base using that. Usually macrames are, you can sit or stand and then hang your project, and that would be easy for you and convenient to braid the knots. But then for the video purpose I'm just sticking it over to my table using a plaster and then working on it to show it to you clearly. So I'll just quickly stick it over to the table and make sure it doesn't move. So this is nice and tight. Now we'll begin working on the project. So I'm taking 4 threads here. Now I'm beginning to make a square knot. For the square knot, make a 4 like so, overlap the rightmost thread and then bring it down from the inside. So that is how you make a knot. This is the left knot, and now I'm doing the reverse of it like so. So 2 knots would make a square knot. I'll show again now. Take 4 threads, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Make a 4, overlap the rightmost cord on over and bring them down from the under. That makes knot 1, and now we'll do the opposite of what we have done. Reverse 4, overlap and bring down from the under. So that's the second knot. So these 2 knots together make a square kind of thing. You can see how it forms a little square. That's why it is called as the square knot. I'm making square knots, taking bunches of 4 threads every time. So we have a total of 20 cords, so that would make 5 square knots to begin with. This is the knot number 3. Like so, we have finished the square knot 3. There you have it. And now with the 4th one. So macrame is a thread art. It is basically, you know, creating art with thread, making some knots and stuff. It is a mix of Arabic and Spanish art form. That's the origin of it, and it is so fun and relaxing to create macrame art. It takes quite an amount of time. I'm just showing you a beginner's project so that we'll know the basic knots on how to do it, and then once you explore this art form, you can do lots of stuff ranging from home decor, wall hangings, pot holders. Probably you can make jewelry, you can make you know, those swings, etc. So a lot of projects can be attempted. There are not many you know, knots that are need to be learned. So I've finished making my first line of square knots. Now I'm just skipping 2 threads and then repeating the process of making the square knots, taking the next 4 cords, and then I'm beginning to do the square knots. I've left 2 threads on the outermost edge so that I'm planning to form a V, so we are doing a decrease. So in this we will have, on the first row we had 5 knots, in the second row we'll have 4 knots, because we are leaving 2 on the both edges. Now I'm towards the end of the second row of square knots. I have 4 square knots here since we have left 2 threads on the either side. Now they are nice and tight. Let's begin making some more knots for the row 3. For this I'm leaving out 4 threads and then beginning to work with the next 4 threads. So this is how we do it. First we leave 2 threads, now it is 4. For the next line we'll leave 6 threads and so on until we have 1 square knot at the edge. Now we have come to the end of it and we have only 4 cords left. So we are making a final square knot just to close the loop. You can see there is already a beautiful pattern that is formed in the shape of a V. So this is how easy it is to create the wall decor. Now with the remaining, we'll make a loop knot. I'm taking a leftmost thread and then putting it in a diagonal form and knotting it like so. Make 2 knots with each thread alongside the whole thread. So we form 2 knots and taking the next string and then knotting it. Make sure your first thread is kept diagonally so that while looping you form a straight diagonal line. You'll understand as we go and do furthermore. So I'm just braiding one circular knot onto the main thread using the threads alongside. So we have completed 3 threads, that is 6 knots, and further we are doing the same, continuing the knots like so. So we are kind of forming a diagonal line here, like a border to the V shape that we have created. So this is the knot 3, that is the loop knot that we are creating diagonally. Go around twice and create the loops. We're almost coming to the end. Make sure the loops are nice and tight so that everything would be even once it is done. This is the end of it. We are doing the last knot for the left diagonal line. There we have it. Now doing the same onto the right, take the last cord and form a diagonal and then loop it with each thread coming along twice. It is easy for me to do the right side loops because my right hand I'm right-handed, so I'm doing a little bit quick here, creating the loops. In the coming up tutorials, I'll show you some more kind of knots, so stay tuned on the Craftshop page. These Macrame threads are available at the Craftshop and the Craftreat websites. These are cotton Macrame threads. They come in various colors and sizes. This is a 4 mm thread. So I'm almost done here with the horizontal line on the right as well. Now in order to close the V, we are going to make 2 knots here, just the plain knots, and close the edge. There we have it. And now I'll make one more line of these loops so that it would look more sophisticated, and then So we are almost done doing the loops. I'm doing the last line of loop knots. This is a classic wall hanger, like the very beginner's level one, wherein we have learned 3 types of knots, that is the hitch knot, the square knot and the loop knot. So once this is done, we'll have a cute wall hanger. You can make various sizes of it. I'm just showing you a smaller one for demonstration purposes, just to show you the different kinds of knots. You can go, creative and make a lot of different shapes and sizes. Please share your creations with us. We would love to see what you have made learning from this tutorial. So I'm done and adjusting everything so that it looks uniform, and then closing the knot down below. This is nice and done. We have some uneven threads hanging out, so I'll just quickly measure it out and crop the edges uniformly. Now, since these are braided threads, we can open them out and to form tassels. I'll show you how to do that. We'll just have to take a comb and quickly comb the edges so that the braids would unfold, and this is how it looks. I hope you liked how it is looking. This is a cute little wall hanger. It would make a great home decor or your garden decor. It is very boho and chic. So I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Stay tuned for some more knots and techniques that I would share with you alongside. Thank you so much for watching. This is Mansa here from Craftshop, signing off today. Bye.